Answer a few simple health questions.
Funeral Advantage is something we'll all need. There's no risk or obligation.
Call 800-845-5191.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Mitchell Reif. Sarah is out helping at a community event this afternoon, but she will return for our later show. On tonight's news, in Lansing, representatives are in session with at least 25 different votes scheduled. What to expect from Michigan lawmakers for this busy time of the year. Plus, we're live in our nation's capital where federal lawmakers are still determining how to send aid to Israel while also juggling the possibility of combining that aid with Ukraine. And in Delta County, 2 organizations are kicking off the start of National Hospice Month with Bells for Hospice. Your 19 News at 6 starts right now.
Live from the UP, this is WZ at 6.
In your first warning weather forecast, tonight's got some gusty winds. Ariane, is that continuing through the rest of the week?
We'll see those gusty winds tomorrow as well. We're seeing them primarily out of the southwest before they change direction pretty much on Friday morning. I'll show you that in your full forecast coming up after the break. But we do have a slight rise in those temperatures during the day. We'll be in the 40s, close to 50 degrees. Still very cold in the evening, though, although we can expect those snow showers to taper off here until maybe this weekend. Today we saw a high of 37 out at the National Weather Service station. I've got your full forecast after the break.
A Marquette Township home is completely destroyed after a fire just last night. Marquette Township Fire says it happened just after 6 o'clock at 457 County Road 550. When crews arrived, the double-wide trailer home was on fire and collapsing, and explosions were heard. A total of 42 firefighters, including assisting agencies, were on the scene. The fire was under control after about 2.5 hours. No one was injured, but a dog was slightly burned. The home and a shed are both a total loss. The cause of the fire remains still under investigation. And in our Michigan capital, in Lansing, legislators in the House are settled in for session. They expect will continue through 8 o'clock tonight. Those representatives are still discussing bills that cover everything from renewable energy to election security, with at least 25 different votes scheduled. Officials in the House say it's normal to see some packed schedules at this time of year, but UP Representative Dave Preston says he is concerned the energy legislation seeing a vote today hasn't received enough attention.
When you effectively outlaw natural gas, which will basically shut down all of these rice burners that we have in the Upper Peninsula, which is our base load up there. Carbon sequestration is not viable up there, not possible.
Coming up tonight at 11:10 Central, we'll have more on renewable energy legislation being addressed in the House and UP legislators' thoughts about the busy November schedule. And federal lawmakers are determining how to send aid to Israel and whether it should be tied to additional aid for Ukraine. Democrats and even some Republicans are in favor of combining Israel, Ukraine, and other aid into one supplemental package. But House Republicans are not on board with that plan. Our 19 News Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live to tell us why. Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Mitch. Good evening. That's right. Well, House and some Senate Republicans say that getting this aid to Israel as soon as possible needs to be the first step. They say additional aid for Taiwan, the border, and some others can and should be debated down the road, but without tying up or without delaying first the aid for Israel, which again, of course, a very strong U.S. ally. Now, in a proposal outlined by the House GOP and their new Speaker, Mike Johnson, Republicans actually want to cut over $14 billion in funding for the IRS and use it instead to fund the aid for Israel. But here's the potential issue with that plan. The Congressional Budget Office, which is a nonpartisan agency, predicts that cutting that $14 billion from the IRS would actually increase deficits by more than $12 billion by the year 2033. I heard from some House Republicans just a few moments ago to sort of hear their thoughts on this, and here's what Representative Mike Kelly of Pennsylvania told me.
I like the Speaker's ideas on it.
right? We'll look at CBO, see what works, and then we'll try to determine, again, what's in the best interests of the people who supply every single penny, and our taxpayers. I think, though, with the aid to Israel, I don't want it coming out of the same package. I want it able that our folks can see exactly what it is that the money that we're spending, their money that we're spending, and what we're sending to Ukraine, what we're sending to Israel. I think it's really important.
And now both Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell are standing very firm on providing that aid for Ukraine and others in that Israel aid package. There are, however, a number of Senate Republicans who agree with the House Republican approach. So we're going to continue to monitor sort of what the best path is going forward here, and we'll keep you updated with the very latest. But for now, reporting live on Capitol Hill, I'm Brendan Scanlon for WZMQ 19 News. Mitch, back to you.
Thank you so much. A new scholarship at Northern Michigan University is bringing students more hands-on experience in economic development. Through a partnership with InvestUP, the Rural Leadership Fellowship Program, it introduces students to building economic models and workforce talent across the UP. Selected students will receive a 100% tuition and fee scholarship and a stipend of up to $15,000 to help with living expenses for the time that they're in the program.
Communities, it's really an opportunity to go after that, that initiative or that program that may make a big difference in your community. We're really hoping that this is a creative program that'll help students pursue careers in public service, as well as economic development, as well as community partners in the Upper Peninsula.
That program begins in January. Applications are due on November 30th. We do have a link to more information on our website and some requirements for student applications on our website, WZMQ19.com. After 32 years, the owners of a Delta County business are handing over the reins to someone else. The Rapid River Mini Mart has been a family-owned business since 1991, when it was started as just a 2-pump gas station. The owners have decided to sell the Mini Mart to Circle K. They say while it was a tough decision, they believe their family of employees and community will be in good hands.
River is a great community, and we've watched kids grow up here.
We've formed a lot of relationships with employees and customers, all the people even from out of town that we see every year. Thank you.
The Rapid River Mini Mart will be closed tomorrow and will reopen on Friday under Circle K. Today, 2 Delta County organizations came together to kick off National Hospice Month. UP Health System Hospice and OSF Hospice met on the street corner of the Escanaba Seventh-day Adventist Church Pantry for Bells for Hospice. The Escanaba High School Choir began the event by singing Hallelujah. Hospice workers, volunteers, and community supporters then rang bells in recognition of those who are or who have been in hospice care, as well as those who are in need of end-of-life services.
Hospice in general is something that everyone needs, and it's something to be celebrated to go on the next journey of your life. You are not alone, and we are always here as a group to get through it all together.
If you or a loved one are interested in learning more about hospice care through UP Health System or OSF, just visit our website, WZMQ19.com. Your first warning weather forecast is coming up right after the break. Plus, that's what Carl says. Mr. Bonac is here to tell us about what the month of November could hold for us. And later, a UP animal shelter is celebrating another year of being an official no-kill shelter. We'll tell you just how the achievement is earned. We're back in just 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Dan Perkins Construction.
When you put on a product this nice, you want to sing it from the rooftops. You know my roof's good looking, will last the rest of your life. Each day I go to work thinking, we're doing this right. Buy a roof for me and I think you'll see you'll be happy as a gherkin. 'Cause we do it right and we're really polite. Take it from me, Dan Perkins. You try rhyming something with Perkins.
Oh my God, the boat! Woo!
This is exciting.
Drop your bumps, your fellow castaways will be joining you soon.
We finally get to be at the beach with everyone left in the game for the first time.
Remember!
We've entered a new stage of the game.
I might look like the golden retriever on the outside, but they should never let me in their home.
This is psychological warfare.
The Emmy-nominated series Survivor, new tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Come on down to Outdoor Man.
When do I get to shoot the crossbows?
We're breaking the rules.
So you're 13, I don't even think it's legal. So we should do it after lunch.
Our camping department is intense.
Set it up in 30 seconds flat. And take it down even faster.
And we're always family friendly.
He's adorable. Listen, we found a bear cub in here.
Been nice knowing you, Baxter.
Outdoor Man is open for business on Last Man Standing.
Watching Andy Griffith has one result.
Makes you feel good, don't it? Kind of a warm feeling right in the middle of your stomach, your head 2 or 3 feet above your shoulders. You know why you're feeling that way, don't you, boy?
'Cause I'm pooped.
The Andy Griffith Show, weeknights at 8 on MeTV 19.1. Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Right now, we've got temperatures mainly in the 30s. We'll stick with those just for a little bit longer this evening before we drop down into those 20s. It's going to be coldest, of course, in the interior, especially over there in the west. Taking a look at Ironwood and Iron River, about 22 degrees for that low. Again, that's going to be, though, in those early morning hours. We've got some gusty winds coming out of the southwest right now. I'll show you that in just a moment. Next 24 hours, we'll expect partly cloudy skies this evening. There could be a chance of snow showers. Most of that happening in those late hours or early hours of tomorrow morning. We're expecting another copycat of today, partly to mostly sunny skies. Those temperatures in the 40s. Like I said, we're warming up just a little bit, friends. And then tomorrow evening, mostly cloudy skies. You can expect similar lows there as well. UP winds coming, like I said, out of the southwest at the moment. Things fairly calm, but we will see some gusts, especially along the Great Lake coasts. As you can see, Manistee about 23 miles an hour this evening. And as we move into Thursday, we'll have a slight bit of direction changes there in the morning and then again in the evening coming out of the north and then the southwest. And then Friday, we'll see another change of direction coming out of the northwest there. And again, those gusts could be up to 25 or 30 miles an hour along the coastlines. We are fairly dry at the moment as far as precipitation goes. Snow showers, rain showers, not seeing anything right now on the radar. That'll change, though, this week, later on this week. We've got those clouds clearing out a little bit this evening, and then tomorrow morning, like I said, we could see partly to mostly sunny skies. We could see also snow showers there. Most of that activity, though, along that northwest coastline, especially Houghton and Keweenaw counties, where we could expect a wintry mix, possibly with rain and snow. And then Friday, in the mid-morning hours, some rain showers possible over here in that eastern half of the UP before things kind of clear out after that. Taking a look at our school day on Thursday, here in Marquette, we'll have partly sunny skies. Friends, look at that temperature in the morning, about 27 degrees. Make sure your student is bundled up. They've got the proper gear for this fall pre-winter season. 7-day outlook for Marquette. We've got temperatures in the mid-40s. I'll take that. Chances of rain maybe on our Friday and then possibly again on Sunday. A reminder, you might not have a DeLorean, so you've got to remind yourself to set back those clocks.
Our 19 News Insights are on the way next. We're talking to a representative from Goodwill about our partnership with them for a new charity initiative we're launching. Our conversation about Operation Warm Up. It's just 2 minutes away.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
Pictionary here on WZMQ TV 19.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
So let's talk about the weather. What are the important things when you are creating your forecasts every night?
Okay, first and foremost, I want to make sure I'm giving the most accurate, current, up-to-date information. So I'm always checking for any weather alerts that have been issued, how it's going to impact the UP overall. And then we've got a lot of Upers that travel, like going down to Green Bay for the day, no big deal, and back up, you know? So having those travel conditions for that and letting them know what they can expect along that route or maybe across the bridge and back and forth. So making sure everybody's safe and secure. Sarah, you've not only anchored the news, you're also an executive producer. So what are some of your favorite memorable moments?
I think some of the best moments of the year as an anchor and a producer is really just seeing how our reporters' skills have developed and just how they've become even more passionate about the UP and telling the stories of the UP and cultivating that passion for the Upper Peninsula.
I'm Gail King with CBS Mornings. We're here for you in the Upper Peninsula. This is now home for CBS WZMQ 19.
You're watching the award-winning WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Sarah Blakely.
Tonight on Insights, WZMQ is launching its inaugural charity event, Operation Warm Up. We're partnering with Goodwill of Northern Wisconsin and Upper Michigan for a winter clothing drive. Joining us tonight for insights on that is Wes Sneddon. Wes, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's break open a little bit about what Operation Warm Up is.
Yeah, Operation Warm Up is basically a partnership with TV19 and Goodwill on collecting winter jackets, clothes, anything that can be warm attire for the local school districts. And then Goodwill is also going to do a change roundup program where you can come in if you can't donate a jacket, hats, gloves, or anything. You can donate your change at the end of the transaction, which will then go toward purchasing new apparel for the local school districts as well.
Okay, let's talk about locations. Where can kind of people donate? Where can people help out?
Yeah, so it's going to be in all of our locations that we have, all of our retail locations. So we have retail locations in Escanaba, Sault Ste. Marie, Houghton, Marinette, Wisconsin, and here in Marquette. So we have specialized bins that they can put their donations in. We don't want you guys to come through our donation centers at that time because that is for, that will be processed to put on our shelves. But we do have the donation bins. You can feel free to stick whatever in there, and then you can also round up at the end of your transaction while you shop with us.
That's awesome. Let's talk about impact that you maybe have seen in the past for this. I know that UP, we have pretty wild winters up here where this is really needed. Let's talk a little bit about the impact that you've kind of seen on this.
Yeah, so there's always a need for winter clothing. We've done several other things in the past with a couple others who've needed it. So, and a lot of people just don't speak up, you know, when they need something. So this is going to go toward the local schools, and it's going to really be distributed to those that might be out of style or just need that extra winter clothing to survive the harsh winters up here.
100%, totally. The Did You Knows, you mentioned before we jumped on this interview that I have some Did You Knows for Goodwill.
Yeah, so the one thing that I like to tell people is there's a lot of Goodwills out there. There's 155 in US and Canada. So, and that's different Goodwill organizations. So a lot of people see us as one big, one big organization, but we're actually smaller organizations within the Goodwill name. So we are just Goodwill of Northern Wisconsin and Upper Michigan. So we service the entire UP and then also Marinette, Wisconsin. So these donations that are being donated here are going to go to those local communities along with any donation that you guys make in the future.
That's amazing. Let's talk a little bit about the why. I mean, why this kind of happens and why this is kind of needed.
Yeah, so the expenses of everything today are rising. And so we want to be there for the people that we always use hand up, not hand out. Okay. You know, so we like for people to be there for each other and support each other so we can help for what we want, but we want everybody in the community to come together to support as well.
Wes, if they want some more information, viewers want to kind of look a little bit more into Operation Warm Up, where can they go?
So they can go to our website at gwnwup.org, or they can visit your guys' website as well. So, and what was your guys' website?
WZMQ19.com.
Yep, so they can go there, and they can always visit one of our retail locations, which all of our team members can fill you in on what's going on as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Wes, for your insights.
Thank you.
Still ahead tonight, that's what Carl says. Carl's in the studio here to share what the month of November typically looks like in the UP and what can we expect for the coming days and weeks. And later, the Delta Animal Shelter is celebrating a major event, how it once again earned its no-kill status for the year. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. Another Feeding America mobile food pantry makes a stop in Ishpeming tomorrow. Volunteers are needed at the North Iron Church from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Help is needed setting up tables, packing boxes, and loading up vehicles. To sign up or to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities they have, just head over to upersunited.com.
We've got a lot of news coming up. A class action lawsuit verdict that could change the way Americans buy and sell homes. What the case that awarded homeowners $1.8 billion could mean for you. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
New CBS Tonight.
We have a U-turn coming up. It's got, I think, everyone on edge a bit.
We're about to be the last team. We're about to go home.
The underdogs are not out yet.
This is kind of scary.
Turn. Ooh.
It is anybody's race.
We can still do this.
We're not going to stop. We're going to keep on coming.
All we can do is do our best. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I knew we couldn't make big mistakes like that.
We're out.
Yeah, that pretty much did it.
A new Amazing Race tonight after a new Survivor on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed. Why? Outdated stigmas and beliefs. So, let us make it easy. This is a job for someone with autism. So is this. That job, also perfect. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring. Yes, these are all jobs for someone with autism. To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, Octavia Spencer is always in good spirits.
You got ghosts in your house?
I do.
I feel as if they have abandonment issues.
You must really be nice that your ghosts miss you.
Well.
And an accordion player slays our spotlight stage.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, tomorrow at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
The UP helps those in need. I'm Ariane Stasek. WZMQ 19 is teaming with Goodwill to keep that winter chill away. And you can be part of Operation Warm Up. Bring new or gently used hats, coats, mittens, gloves, and scarves to the Goodwill stores. These clothing items will be given to neighbors in need. Check WZMQ19.com for more information, and thank you for supporting Operation Warm Up.
It's time for That's What Carl Says. Carl Bonak is here, and so is a new month. He's here to talk about what to expect.
No butterflies, no bees, no shade, no shine, November. It tends to be a cloudy month.
As the days get shorter in the fall, the percent of possible sunshine decreases as clouds tend to linger. The percent of possible sunshine hits a nadir as the shortest days of the year approach. Over the next month, we'll be lucky to see a couple of hours of sunshine every day. Of course, the average temperature steadily declines with a normal high of 44 and a low of 30 on the 1st, sliding to only 31 and 19 on the 30th. There can still be some balmy days early in the month. For example, Houghton, Marquette, Iron Mountain, and the National Weather Service all had record November highs on the 6th 3 years ago. By the same token, freezing winter cold can be felt even early in the month. Both Iron Mountain and Houghton fell to 0 or below as early as November 3rd, 1951. The 7 below at Houghton is its coldest November temperature on record. Marquette hit a November record, 9 below on the 29th in 1875, while Iron Mountain and the Weather Service both hit November record lows on the same day in 1976. As the temperature falls, snowfall becomes more and more likely. November average snowfall ranges from 5.5 inches in Iron Mountain to about 11 inches in Marquette to around 2 feet in Houghton and at the National Weather Service site. Winter has truly arrived when a continuous snow cover is established. At the National Weather Service, the average date of a continuous covering of an inch or more is November 24th. The earliest date is October 30th, 1993. The latest is, wait for it, January 18th, 1995. NOAA is hinting at a possible colder November over the northeastern half of the country, including upper Michigan, with equal chances of above or below average temperatures. So if the cold develops, winter may actually arrive later in the month.
So I'm hearing both cold and warm forecasts for coming week.
Well, as you can see by the National Weather Service outlook, it's hinting at a trough over the eastern portion of the country, including the Great Lakes, and that would mean near to below average temperatures. We'll update you on that, and we'll also talk about the winter forecast as the month rolls on.
Carl, thank you so much.
Sure.
A UP animal shelter was awarded no-kill status for last year. WZMQ's Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has more on that and the growing need for loving homes for animals in Delta County.
Since taking over in 2011, the team at Escanaba's Delta Animal Shelter has operated it as a no-kill facility.
For us, it means that we do not ever euthanize animals to create space. We always keep our animals here until they find a home.
The Best Friends Animal Society recently awarded the shelter no-kill certification for 2022, with the shelter achieving a 98% save rate for cats and dogs.
That 2% would be animals that had been hit by a car, they were previously injured, or they were suffering extremely. That was a decision made by the vets that we work with to have that animal humanely euthanized. We're very lucky because there's a lot of places that cannot function as a no-kill shelter that have a lot higher populations, and that's just the way they have to run.
As the only animal shelter in the county, these kennels can fill up quickly. In an unprecedented situation, the shelter is currently at maximum capacity.
We actually have a wait list for dogs and cats to be surrendered. Every time a dog gets adopted, we're calling someone on the wait list and scheduling a new dog to come in a couple days later.
And there's been an uptick of owners falsely reporting their pets as strays.
Situations happen and people can't keep their animals, and that's what we're here for. But that's really hard for us and for the animal. Also for us not to know their name, where they came from, their breed, their likes and dislikes. That is so helpful for us, finding them a good fit for their forever homes.
Shelter staff appreciate the public's patience as they care for each of these animals, as well as their consistent support that keeps the Delta Animal Shelter running as a no-kill facility.
We're so appreciative of our community because they really step up whenever we need help. Definitely having the backbone of the community of Delta County is really what makes a difference for us.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
Arian has one last look at your weather forecast right after the break.
Tonight, we're tracking the path of the season's first expected hurricane, then the latest on the massive search for the Titanic tourist submarine, and how this OBGYN is saving women's lives in the state that played a central role in Roe v. Wade's reversal on the CBS Evening News.
Escanaba and Delta County, home to beautiful beaches, Lake Michigan, lighthouses, pretty parks, and great people. It's why so many are proud to say, this is home. I'm Lily Simmons. I'll show you what's happening here every day. In your schools, your communities, and businesses. Sharing what makes this area so special.
Lily Simmons reports from Delta County. Weeknights at 6 and 11. Only on WZMQ 19 News. Everyone loves the Great Lakes, They make you feel like dancing. A great place to celebrate is at Marquette's Maritime Museum, but your help is needed. The museum's roof needs to be replaced to preserve history for future generations. So kick up your heels and help by donating today. Simply go to WZMQ19.com and hit the Raise the Roof link. A public service message from the New Attitudes Dance Studios, the Marquette Maritime Museum, and WZMQ 19. Saturday night at 6 on MeTV 19.1.
A slightly chilly but sunny evening. Today is actually the first day of Dia de los Muertos. If you don't know what that is, it's Day of the Dead, a Mexican holiday which actually celebrates the lives of those who have passed. So we're looking at some cool temperatures tomorrow morning and into the afternoon. Your 7-day outlook for Escanaba, very nice temps on Friday, and we'll expect some possible showers this weekend.
That's all the time we have for tonight. We'll see you right back here at 11:10 Central. Have a great evening.
Tonight,